Yeah. They ain't believe me when I told them crypto was the future. Now they trying to get in, but it's too late. We been stacking Marbitz since day one. No banks, no middlemen, just power moves. Let's get it. Yeah.
Short, sharp, and to the point. That's me. Welcome, everybody, to Friday night. Put down your Chinese takeaway. It's no time for an Indian. It is all about the latest and greatest cryptocurrency content right here on YouTube. And we haven't gone live yet, by the way, on TikTok, but we are about to. So hopefully we survive. I think that's probably fair. Hopefully we survive. Hopefully we make it through to be live again tomorrow night. Who the hell knows? I mean, I have no idea with this platform. It is wild. So let's do it. Now, we are very precariously balancing, actually. I think I'm going to change that and put it on there. Because we're very, very precariously balancing. So we can now officially go back live on TikTok. So let's do... we need a title that isn't going to be, you know, like taxes or anything. So let's do Crypto Come Chat. And then we'll do like a little little rocket and some stars. There we go. Right. Godspeed, everyone. Let's see if we make it through the night for another welcome back parade live on TikTok. Boom. There we go. We are officially live as well over on TikTok. So anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate your time. I actually changed. You guys can't really see this, but I changed this look. You see this? Whoa. I changed my microphone thing. I don't know if it makes any difference, by the way. It felt a bit more like I was in a proper studio rather than that other one that, I mean, I did tell you that my kids basically chewed the end of it. But anyway, so we changed it up a little bit. So who would have thought that? So anyway, we're going to be talking all about the markets tonight. Bitcoin having a reasonably good day. So we'll sort of get into a little bit around that. We'll obviously get into any news, any reviews, anything we need to be aware of. What does the weekend look like? I think it's worthwhile sort of double down and seeing how that kind of goes. And hopefully from that point, we'll kind of get bullish, which will be great. So if you haven't already, and you want to make sure that you are supporting, do obviously tap the screen, lock some likes in, hit the subscribe button, all of that kind of stuff. Would appreciate it. And yeah, all good. What's going on, Alvin? Good to see you. And like I said, the order of the night is to A, get through it. B, don't get banned anymore on TikTok. And C, come back on Sunday. Anyway, so let's get into it. And again, as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. So I always thought it's nice and fun. Let's start with a meme coin. Let's start with a meme. Sorry, not a meme coin. A meme, not financial advice here on the channel, just a meme. So yeah, look at this. Roger, I paid for this burger with BTC. That's impossible. It's funnier if you know who Roger Ver is. If you don't know who Roger Ver is, then you've no idea. Like, this isn't funny at all. But obviously, Roger Ver, I think it is Roger Ver, isn't it? Was super crazy Bitcoin Cash Maxi. And yeah, he's like, oh no, you can't pay for a burger in Bitcoin. That'd be wild. Anyway, Roger Ver, the time is now changing. So good on old Roger. Always fun and games. Right. Alvin, thank you so much. Apparently, Alvin sent me a sign language list. Alvin, does that mean that, like, it's worked or something? I don't really know. You've sent me an image. Oh, hold on, I can actually see it on here, can't I? I just forgot then. You sent me on Telegram. So what does it say? Stays pending. Once your request and order is approved, your promotion will begin. This will allow us to... do I have to do anything? I don't know if I have to do anything. Anyway, shout out to you, Alvin. Right, let's say hello to a few people. And then, like I said, we'll double down and get into everything and anything that you guys can throw at us. So what's going on, 37? Good to see you. Craig's here as well. Mr. Tim Shea. Good to see you, buddy. Selmo. What's going on? 37's here. Foz is here. Good to see you. Curtis. Whoop, whoop. It's Friday. Let's get it, Curtis. Viva La Bacon's here. M. Krieg's in the house, as long as Mark Noby as well. Good to see you both. Welcome. Vern's here. Good to see you, Vern. Chipper is in the building. Welcome, Chipper. Ekabella, it's been a minute. Good to see you. 2-bit stole a Busby hat for his mic. Bunsby or Busby. I don't even know what that is. Anyway, shout out to you, Tomato Pete, as always. Appreciate it. Appreciate you turning up. And then shout out to the fam on TikTok as well. So shout out to Weave, I think it is. Welcome, Sitecoin in the building as well. Shout out to you as well. So appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Please share the screen, tap the screen, do all that kind of good stuff. Let's let people know that we're back, baby. And we got quite a bit to talk about. So let's get into it. Let's discuss what's going on in the market. Remember, anything that's said on the channel is not financial advice. You could lose all your money if you don't invest it in the correct, appropriate ways. Oh yeah, that's the disclaimer. You might hear a few of those tonight. But Bitcoin setting up for a very interesting weekend, if you ask me. We'll talk about why. Current price 103,900. Now, Bitcoin actually pretty flat on the day. We'll take a look at what that institutional inflows, outflows, shake it all about flows look like, as you would expect. Well, here's the guess. What do you think happened today in institutional money? Did we see inflows or outflows? That's what you got to ask yourself. Bear in mind, this week's kind of been a bit wild. I'll let you guys be the deciders, but we will obviously take a look of what's going on with this one as well. So I'm bullishly optimistic, and yeah, good news. Good news. Right. Is it just me, or is it soup? Or is he super loud today? Maybe I am. I adjusted it a little bit. New microphone cover, by the way. New microphone cover. So maybe I did some adjusting some gains on it. So maybe I was super loud. Trader joining the live. What's going on, pal? Welcome to you. Appreciate it. So yeah, so Bitcoin, a pretty interesting place right now. 0.15, 1039. We still want to see this range up. I still think we need to see this wicker of 105, retest 106. Holding up pretty well, actually, in the current phase, which is kind of good news. Apparently, Tassie1 has invited me to co-host. I'm okay, Tassie1. Thank you so much. I'm good. So, yeah, we want to see this. Again, we talked about this yesterday. This consolidation is not a bad thing. We were discussing on the 4-hour chart, what does this look like? We are still optimistically bullish on the MACD for the 4-hour chart. And actually, you can see there, holding the 20-day exponential moving average is a pretty good news. Albeit not the craziest of moves, which I think is important to think about how this kind of works through. But you could argue we are still in a uptrend, and I think as long as we're in a uptrend, then, you know, I'm down for it. I'm down for it, which is good news. Which is good news. How's Mr. 2-Bit tonight? I'm okay. I'm okay, Mr. Holmes. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Call T, bag left in. Bag left in, but it's really hot, actually. So, yeah, I was a bit late tonight. I'm always like Friday nights. I'm always absolutely like wiped out by Friday nights. So it takes me a little bit longer. But yeah. Thunga Boopa, what's going on? Super. Love it. Love it. Sitecoin's absolutely chilling on the X Twitter space as well. Shout out, not Twitter space, TikTok live. Shout out to you. So yeah, this is kind of where we sit. On the hour, we talked about this yesterday, if you remember. Now what you can do is see, this is obviously Thursday. So this was yesterday. And we've actually had an uptrend from where we were live Thursday into where we sit now. So you could argue and say, well, the market is slowly grinding it up. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I genuinely thought we would have got some sort of announcement today, which would have pushed us up. However, I'm still optimistic on the weekly candle, by the way. 2 days, 4 hours left. Remember, Sunday night, we'll be closing this one out. So keep your eyes peeled, as this, I think, will flip bullish. Again, just in terms of where I think the market's going to go, more importantly, where I think sentiment sits right now. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Interestingly, we wick on both those points. Keep an eye out. But I think actually, do you know what? To sit where we are right now in this consolidation phase, even after that wick down yesterday to kind of 1014, it is kind of all right in my view. So we'll see. We will see. And then look, as for the altcoin market, well, let's start here. This is all of the altcoins chucked in together minus Bitcoin. You can see there 1.2 trillion. Kind of holding up pretty well. We could come down 1.16 trillion. I don't think it's the worst move in the world. It's obviously more difficult when you're looking at altcoins. And the overall market cap, 3.27 trillion, up on the day, albeit very, very marginally. When we take a look at what's going on in the rest of the market, it's all playing out a very similar kind of footprint, which is everything's consolidating. That's why I think this weekend's going to be pretty interesting. And certainly, I think next week could be even more interesting as that kind of plays out. Solana up about 1.2%, 171. Holding up pretty well, Solana. Again, though, you can see that consolidation right now. Just neck my tea. You can see that consolidation sitting in at around 171, which is fine. I think that's totally fine. XRP at 242 is fine. Again, we see a little move on Casper, breaking back above 12 cents. ZBCN, I mean, it's skyrocketing. We talked about this, obviously, here at 15. Probably a 23% move. If anyone did grab the wick on that 20-day exponential moving average, congratulations. That's a nice move on ZBCN. Could it retest all-time highs, 2146? Maybe. Maybe. I wouldn't bet against it right now. AVAX marginally up. Aerodrome Finance just down a tad. No dramas. Checks up as well. Having a decent day. Whiff moving. Pepe's on the move as well. Jupe back over 51. Atheist starting to move, albeit that's in the last hour. We'll talk a little bit about Picoin. Ah, man. Like, what the heck? That was your moment to get out. Anyway, we'll talk about Picoin in a minute. As surely as sure, we'll talk about it. Trump meme coin just up 1%. Rest of the market, S&P rallying a little bit, 0.39%, as is the NASDAQ at about 0.4%. Not too shabby, although if you are in digital assets, you generally want to see that come down. And we'll talk about the correlation between gold and why it's important to keep an eye out, specifically if you are invested in cryptocurrency as well. The two things, in my opinion, are very interestingly linked, which we'll touch on as well a little bit later on. So definitely make sure that you are signed in and checked in and ready to rock and roll. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled on what is going to come down. Again, look out for the move through the weekend. I think this could be a bullish move through the weekend. Depends, though. Depends. I would preface, by the way, and just say that actually we will come back and double down on this in a minute. But overall, ETF buy-in, very, very strong, right? Very, very strong. Continuation. Oh, I hate when I click the button. A very, very strong move actually to the upside, which is very optimistic and certainly bullish on where that goes to. And you can see there that we actually have a strong move on the ETFs, including BlackRock once again coming in fresh at nearly 4,000 Bitcoin. That's a big, big, big buy again for BlackRock. Yesterday was marginally up, not a lot, $140 million, nothing too crazy. However, you can see there that today should be a much stronger day. 4,000 BTC is nothing to be shabby. 654 out of Grayscale, no surprise. That was about it. The fact that you've got mitigation between ARC21 and Grayscale means that the overall is about 4,200. We may get a little bit more just as the markets close down, but 4,200 times in at 100 and let's say 3,500 on BTC, $435 million of inflows into ETFs is generally good news. And I think this is why we've seen two things actually. We've seen Bitcoin move today, which is, it's okay. What's interesting is Bitcoin dominance, however, coming down, right? Bitcoin dominance coming down, which tells us that there is a flow of capital, in my opinion, by the way, flow of capital out of BTC and into some altcoins. People may be prepping themselves for, some moves in the market, some optimism. We've been talking about Ethereum now for the last 2 or 3 days as that starts to pivot on maybe some things that are coming in. So definitely keep your eyes out. I think this weekend will be interesting. No institutional money. Last weekend was kind of all right. So definitely keep your eyes peeled. Right. Good. I don't know why Cheese's comment's still up on the picture. Excuse me. Just how the charts are looking in sentiment, but needs to decide soon which way it's heading. True. That's true. What's going on, Glenn? Still want to come with Par, you watch? Hey, Greg, I'm bullish. I'm hopeful for you guys. Obviously, I want you guys to win. So, chart looks perfectly fine to me for consolidation over the weekend. Warning flags to suggest immediate downside. Yeah, I agree. No warning flags. Yeah, that's true. What's going on, Nemo? Good to see you, pal. And sentiment is bullish at the moment. Look at the clear and greed. Yeah, fear and greed. We'll take a look at that shortly because yeah, it was a good comment. Because yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, inverse head and shoulders. We touched on this last week, or it might have been a couple of days ago actually. Titan of Crypto here giving his prediction that maybe Bitcoin is on its way to 125,000. Inverse head and shoulders pattern is developing. The target remains valid. We talked about this actually on the channel, and we actually plotted it live on the chart. So again, similar sort of standard. I think we said about 125, 126. Probably aligns to general moves of playing out. Titan Crypto giving us a specific view. And then this is kind of interesting when you think about gold and you think about where BTC is going. The strong run by gold. Gold's been crushing it recently. Perhaps the baton has been passed again to Bitcoin. They are obviously, it's not obvious actually, but they are directly opposite correlated, which is kind of interesting. But you see there, look, the Bitcoin back above 100K and the two-shape ratios now converging. I still think a ratio of 4-to-1 gold versus Bitcoin makes sense in terms of how much gold versus Bitcoin might coexist in a store of value allocation. At a 4-to-1 ratio, gold's volatility has been roughly equal to Bitcoin and has its relative performance. So again, you kind of have to be in a world where it'll be what it'll be. And at the same time, it's a bit like, well, you can't be too kind of hung up on what people predict. But I think there's an obvious correlation between the two, and I think that's fine. And I think over time, that will probably become more and more correlated. So, yeah, keep your eyes out for it. Gold versus BTC. Obviously, M2 liquidity is the other one that everyone talks about as well, which is worthwhile noting because we certainly continue to see that rise over the sort of the last, certainly week or two. Feels like that's been going in the right direction. So, yeah. Callie, what's going on, pal? Good to see you, man. Welcome to you. I'm saying nothing suggests that will happen for the market structure, but the more correlated. Yeah, I mean, look, it's one of those things, isn't it? I think you could see every indicator of the weekend that tells us everything's going to be fine, and then you get into the weekend and who knows what's going to happen. What we do know, on my personal opinion, by the way, is there isn't going to be any sort of big catalyst coming. Obviously, we've had quite a bit this week where you've had the kind of Qatar and the Middle East trips that we've seen the President of the United States do, etc., etc., etc. It doesn't feel like that's kind of going to be anything new next week, but hey, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. But I think certainly optimism where we sit there. And Crypto.com giving us a view on first cycle gain projections. Interesting view here. One of the strangest but most pinpoint accurate cycle top applications I've run. Gives a true Bitcoin cycle top of 239,000. You absolutely off your rocker, my mate. It works by using gauge from Bitcoin's lowest wick to the cycle top in November 2013 and then copy and pasting it into the wicks of the news. Doing this particularly nailed the last two crypto cycle tops. There you go. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe it's not. I mean, look, 239,000 feels a long way from Kansas, baby, but you never know. You never know. With no news next week, should hopefully just consolidate over the weekend and no pump and dumps. True. And there isn't a lot coming in terms of macroeconomic stuff, which is always worthwhile noting. So shout out to all the fam joining on TikTok. We appreciate you guys. Sorry we've been away for a couple of days. They suspended my live access. I don't know why. So we're back, though, and we're trying to be very sensible as to how this works through. So bear with us. I think this will be good news. So next week, just to give you a flavour, nothing really coming in. That's the honest answer. It is pretty boring. You've got a Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell commencement address, whatever the heck that is. So stick close to that. And then we move into the end of the month. PCE will come in. That could be interesting. I think we'll probably get a similar story. And then you're going to get the minutes from the Fed meeting, which again, 28th of May could be interesting. That is about it. I think that's probably where I get to. Is PCE really going to be the biggest thing? Probably not. But anyway. Where we go? JJN33 Racing says, just follow me, actually. Shout out to you. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. And thank you for the gifts. Rocking and rolling. Craig says, I trade BTC for Marbitz before BTC goes to zero. BTC to zero would be a disaster. I think I always said this. I think we're nearer a million than we are zero, but that's my opinion anyway. Right. Good. Keep your eyes peeled on it. Okay, let's get into some news. Let's get into what's going on. Don't forget, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Feel free to drop anything in the chat and we'll try and get to it. And we'll try and make sure that we don't get banned. That's important to not get banned tonight. So, yeah, good. Right. Bitcoin conference, the end of the month. Yeah, I saw that. We were talking about that last night. I actually listened to a bit of Crypto Princess's YouTube channel. I was watching that last night. Shout out, I don't know if she's here tonight, but shout out to her. Anyway, right. Ethereum. Ethereum. One of which we're all bullish for. Ethereum flashing extreme undervaluation. I mean, this is just the news, by the way. It's not my opinion. Crypto.com eyes a 38% ETH versus BTC rally. We'll have to wait and see. Ethereum could be set for a major comeback against Bitcoin, according to new data from an on-chain analytics firm, Crypto.com. Ethereum may have hit the bottom versus Bitcoin. The Ethereum ratio just surged 38% from a 5-year low. Demand is rising, selling pressure is falling, and ETFs are loading up. I said this last week, that I thought we would see this pivot, particularly when you get to institutional money. And I think this is where you get things like XRP ETFs, maybe Solana ETFs. They could obviously be very, very positive as this sort of walks through. And certainly as we see rotation of capital coming in, I think as markets start to loosen up and money seems a little bit more confident, then you're going to start to see this. But yeah, ETH spot trading volume growing faster than Bitcoin's volume as Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin. Actually, you can see it today as well. So even though Bitcoin's had a reasonably solid day, the actual ETH versus Bitcoin ratio is on the up. This is generally a good indicator for altcoins, and more importantly, is a good indicator for where Bitcoin is at the minute. And we sort of talked about that. If you remember, we discussed the way, or the 4-year, or the four-part bull run cycle. Sorry, I can't remember where I posted the picture, but I'm sure you guys have seen it before. It is pretty interesting and could absolutely signal exactly where we are. We obviously talk about the fact that, generally speaking, you get this phase one in terms of Bitcoin. Flow of money moves into Bitcoin, causing price surges. Then you see this phase. Money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming. This then moves on to phase two, which also means Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin. We hear talks of the flippening. We haven't heard the flippening, so to say, just a minute. But yeah, it is interesting. Money's starting to trickle into large caps where we see this buy up. So this is kind of, you know, if you sort of subscribe to this world, we touched on this a little bit before, maybe we are in, you know, phase 2, which could be pretty interesting. So, you know, Ethereum may have its time yet. I think spot ETFs on Ethereum could be very positive. If anything moves on Ethereum, you know that anything that built on Ethereum, anything built on base chain, anything built in terms of Matic, or anything that's on a layer 2, Ethereum will do very, very well as well. So as Ethereum price goes up, generally, this is seen as good news for any altcoins or any other kind of projects that are on there. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one. But the view is going to happen pretty soon. And I'm sure that, you know, like anything, it's easy to predict what might happen. Very difficult to deliver, but we'll see. We'll see. Mike, did you tell your miss about you going to Germany? Not yet. Not yet. Oh, dear me. Holmes, did you organise a Crypto Princess collab yet? Spelled with a U, Holmes. I'm sure about that. No, I did not, actually, in fairness. I did not. I need to... I probably need to message her and be like, hey. But I feel like this is... I don't know if this is me being me, but I feel like she should reach out to me because I'm the bigger YouTuber here. Oh dear. I mean, I don't know if people want to even hear my story. I'm sure that it's super boring. I actually watched a bit of Believes' story and I watched a little bit around J-Change just to kind of get a vibe. Bear in mind, I've not really been interviewed ever before. So, I mean, I could make up some complete nonsense. Couldn't I be like, oh yeah, I was in Bitcoin in 2011, me. Yeah, 2011 got in. And yeah, I had about 58,000 Bitcoin. But yeah, sold it all for a pen. Just thought, yeah, that pen's a nice pen. I wanted a pen. Put your ego back in your pants. Get out of here, Holmes. I'm only messing. Anyway, just think BTC may go back to roughly 101k before another push-up, maybe. I'd be interested to know what TikTok thinks. What's going on, everybody? Tuning in for TikTok. Thank you so much. Again, don't forget, hit the follow button. I'm trying to grow the platform out. And yeah, we're bringing you the latest and greatest in crypto news reviews. I definitely want to hear your opinions on what's going on in the market as well. So feel free to drop a comment, drop a follow, tap the screen, lock in some likes, and that'd be great. We appreciate that for sure. Okay, continuing on. Crypto asset surges. Global leaders prepare for crucial talks. I don't really know where this is coming from, to be honest, but we are actually seeing some solid movements. Global economic interactions impact altcoin performance and future price trends. Maybe, right? Maybe. Craig, we were talking about that earlier. Bitcoin Cash, Roger Ver. Super like... Did Roger Ver start Bitcoin Cash? I can't remember. Maybe he did or not. I'm not really sure. But anyway. Welcome everybody who's tuning in. TikTok, we're crushing it. Let's go, baby. Pump it up. I think you can put music on TikTok, can't you? I don't think I can put it on now, but I always hear people have loads of music on. Look, recently Trump hinted at a possible phone conversation with China's President Xi on Saturday, although expressed uncertainty by saying probably it's unlikely that Trump would make a statement like this without a significant possibility of it happening, especially during a critical period. So again, we'll see how that sort of folds out. We may get some more trade deal announcements. India, the view is they're going to go 0-0, which will be interesting for US and India relations. That could support further discussions, which ultimately will support risk assets. You know, that's kind of what I want to get to. Treasury yields may come down. However, they are on the up, so we definitely need to sort of see that play out a little bit more favorable than we are at the minute. But, you know, keep an eye on it. That may be something that comes next week, whether we get a few more trade discussions, whether there's a few more trade announcements. You know, could be a bullish thing. Talking about Shiba Inu coming back at you like Cleopatra. SHIB kind of feels like it is moving a little bit. What's the price on SHIB right now? I didn't even realize. So SHIB, oh, it's fair enough. It's flat on the day. All right, yeah, there's pants. I definitely kind of felt like SHIB was coming back a little bit. Maybe not. So look at this, 410 trillion SHIB burn. I don't know how much that is, by the way. How much is 410 trillion Shiba Inu tokens? Anyone know? Go on, chat. Chat, help me out. Man, I feel like a Twitch stream when I say that. What's going on, chat? 410 trillion. Jesus, that is a lot of zeros. What is the price of it currently? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that divide 410 trillion times 0.00001482 is $6 billion. That's definitely not right. That's definitely not right. Shiba Inu nears 410 trillion token burn milestone. Okay, it's cumulative, right? Sparkling community discussion. SHIB price impact from burns is minimal. That's because they completely messed Shibarium up in the launch of it. But yeah, I mean, imagine that. Imagine it was like $6 billion Shiba Inu is going to the moon. Oh, man. What's the supply of SHIB? Big. I can't remember exactly what it is. Let's have a look. Shout out to everybody joining. Oh, we just broke double figures on TikTok. Let's go, baby. I know that's doesn't seem like a lot, but hey, it's a very, very fast and loose platform where people can go and do whatever they want to do. So shout out to them. Right, circulating supply is 589.24 trillion tokens. So yeah, pretty big supply, really. Circulating 589 trillion. So they're on about burning, what, 20% of that? I mean, that's total burns, though, by the way. Don't forget. I mean, I don't know how much they burnt when the thing launched, but anyway, the latest milestone reflects a resurgence in Shiba Inu's supply squeeze after slowing down in the past few years. I still don't think it's going to do much. That's just my opinion. Yeah, exactly that, Curtis. I would agree, yeah. I would agree. Ship still burning still doesn't affect the price. I stand by my opinion on burns, not doing shit. Yeah, I think that's true. I think if you have high volume, then I think you can make it work. If you don't, then I think it's just not really that good. The only thing I think it's a positive. So for example, if you have it on, you've got to just think of burns as just removal versus capital movement. That's the honest answer. Because if you don't burn, then all that happens is that they would sell or that they would go back into like the project or whatever. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. But yeah, if you had bigger volume, it'd be pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, don't forget, it was a massive narrative, wasn't it? Oh, we burnt 50% of the supply. Like, well, just don't launch with that amount of supply then. Like, launch with less. Anyway, what is the true effect when the supply is significantly reduced? True. That is a lot. Yeah, ZBCN is the GS. It's moving, and we talked about this the other day. We actually said on the sort of pullback down at this range here at that 1.6. Yeah, it moved pretty nicely. So yeah, good news. Right, continuing on with probably a story we've not covered a lot, but I think it's interesting. Coinbase hack shadowing the S&P rise. So I think the number I heard was like $40 million or something that they've got hacked for, or that there's a risk of. But May 15th, one of the largest crypto exchanges confirmed a major data breach that has raised concerns across the crypto circles. The breach was not caused by a technical failure, but by a human vulnerability involving social engineering. Pretty interesting. But yeah, look at this. Approximately less than 1% of Coinbase's 9 million monthly transactioned user accounts were affected. Coinbase estimates the addressing the breach could cost up to $400 million, including expenses for remediations, user reimbursements, and potential revenue losses. So I mean, maybe. So see, weren't that your idea with bits of earn more to drive the price? I mean, it's exactly what Holmes says it is. It's a marketing tool. It is a marketing tool. That's it, really. The other way is obviously you just keep the tokens, like you keep it and you convert them back into Ethereum, and you can do it that way. So yeah, that's it. It technically does help. The difference being is that it's instantly removed from the project versus being sat in a wallet to be sold on the project. That's the different way. That's a different way of looking at it, if I'm honest. I like the twist and said, yeah, for years, would love the reward, wanting pulses back. I mean, that's true. That's true. Right. And then I said we'd touch a little bit on this. Pi Network. Shortly after Pi Network announced the launch of a $100 million investment fund, the platform's token plummeted over 25% within 24 hours, dropping to 85 cents, which we talked about. And we literally sort of pulled that. I mean, call me surprised. We literally pulled it up, didn't we? And was like, hey, the fact that you can put in there going, well, we might not use it. But we might, I think is not a great marketing tool. It's like going, well, yeah, we're going to invest $10,000 in marketing, but we might not use it all. And if we don't, we're just going to keep it. You're like, okay, yeah, that's not how that's going to work. But yeah, look at this. Following the announcement, Pi token dropped more than 25% in 24 hours, 85 cents at the time of writing. Reported by Bitcoin.com News, Pi surged the days leading up to the announcement. Briefly saw the token break into the top 20 digital assets by market capitalization. Everybody, in my opinion, thought it was going to go to Binance. That's the reality of it, and it didn't. So, yeah. Such is life. It is, unfortunately, the way of the world. And, yeah, a lot of hype-driven sentiment in the market. And, yeah, it turns out that didn't happen for Picoin. So, it is what it is. If you're a holder or a miner of it, then shout out to you guys. I'm sure that you've still got an opportunity with it. But, yeah, pretty interesting as this one plays out. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the news. And also just a quick review of what's going on in the charts. So, yeah. We'll take any questions. We'll take a look at some DeFi stuff in a minute and all of that good stuff. So, yeah, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, tap the screen, do all of that good stuff. Would be greatly appreciated. Don't forget, we're here 6 days a week, actually. Tomorrow is my night off, but we're here covering the markets, talking about cryptocurrency, making sure that if you're an investor, you are as educated as you can be. And feel free to ask any questions. I think I can officially call myself an angel investor into this market. 2017 was when I first got into cryptocurrency. So, yeah, shout out to you guys. And we appreciate you guys for sure. Right. Good stuff. Good stuff. It can be affected, right? Yeah, but yeah, it can. Yeah, it can. Like I said, you just got to think of it as removal from the project versus it being sold on the individuals in the project. So yeah, that's kind of where we get to with it. That's kind of where we get to it. But yeah, could be effective. Shout out to Alvin. Thank you, Alvin. Dropping a dono there, 699. We appreciate that, Alvin, for sure. Sitecoin hits a new all-time high and has a space tomorrow. Shout out to you. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. But yeah, 2-bit of the Eurovision tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Oh man, I'm down for it. But says FTX distribute 5 billion to creditors by the end of May. Yeah, did you see that there's going to be 120% distribution as well? So actually, those people in FTX are going to get a little bit more. Call me surprised, given the fact that Bitcoin's moved up in price from when they initially said they were going to get them out, which was January. So yeah, if you're in FTX or you were in FTX, then congrats. You are due to get a little bit of a payout. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Remember, it's going back out in stablecoin. Does that then pivot back into the market potentially? Potentially, we have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. Wait and see. Man, Bitcoin looks like it's having a bit of a pullback right now. I mean, nothing crazy. I mean, you'd still want to just finish the day green, wouldn't we? Do you know what I mean? Finish the day green. That's what we're all about. Don't be a giant chopper. We're not about that. We're not about that. I'm not about that anyway. FTX has got to zero again. I mean, it's pretty much near zero anyway, isn't it? Pretty much near zero anyway. I think anyway. I think. Maybe. Oh, dear me. It's all fine. It's all good. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, FTX to zeros. It's kind of funny. It is kind of funny. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, is what it is. Don't forget, tap the screen, lock some likes in if you're enjoying the content. You want to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency news, reviews, technical analysis, and much, much more. Then do me a favor and make sure you are locked in, baby. You are locked in. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Just knocked all of the TikTok fam somewhere else, which is good. So yeah, right. I think I can do this. So I think I just muted my microphone really quickly on TikTok because obviously I get banned on TikTok if I talk about this. I don't know if you guys want to do a race or not. I totally forgot about it because it's Friday, so I apologize. So if you want to do one, I'm down for it. If you don't, then that's fine, and we can pick it up on Sunday and do a race on Sunday. It is entirely up to you guys. People are saying you're muted, bro, on TikTok. So if you guys want to do it in the chat. Obviously, TikTok's a bit weird, so I just muted myself for a little bit. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Crypto Weewo. What a name. Sorry about that. The old muterino. We'll see. We'll see. All house in the building. XN is sure going to give a zero soon. Hopefully. Which would be good news, I think. Which would be good news. So, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. UK will come last. Have you actually heard the Eurovision song? It's pretty interesting. The only thing I don't get, it's almost like one of those where you're like, man, what is the point? Like, what is the point? Really, like, you know what I mean? It's just insane, to be honest. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Well, we can hold it down for Sunday. We can maybe do Sunday. If people aren't feeling it, I get why. I'm not gonna lie. I get why. Which is fine. Laura says, I muted myself 2 seconds later. Sorry, not sure what happened there. Oh dear. Shout out to you, Lauren. Appreciate it. We're back. We're back on TikTok, baby. We're trying to keep it real. So shout out to everybody tuning in on TikTok. You guys rock. And again, just drop a follow, tap the screen, do all that good stuff. I like share the stream. I feel like I'm really unversed in TikTok lives. Like some people just like seem to have. I mean, I did scroll through the other night and I was trying to find a way of which I could maybe reach out to someone on TikTok and be like, hey, I just went through a couple of lives and it turns out that, well, apparently you can basically get half naked on TikTok and no one cares. Talk about taxes, you get banned. Anyway, chat shit, get banged. I didn't mean to swear. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. Sorry, I apologise. Not financial advice. Didn't mean to swear. I have no idea. Terranode will scale to trillions of TPS. Someone else was talking to me about Terranode. I can't remember who it was. So yeah, I have 2,000 every time I go live. All my clothes are on though. Hey, you're crushing it. Man, 2,000 when you go live. I mean, I can't even speak. Yeah, I mean, we're getting there. I've only been really doing it for like a week. I mean, I had one account that got removed for talking about taxes. But yeah, it's fine. Too much trying to cover his back at all costs. Gotta try. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I would definitely not have as many as I've got if I have no clothes on. That'd be what? Bizarre. That'd be bizarre. But yeah, the choice between Eurovision and root cause dental treatment. I choose the root canal dental treatment. Maybe. Are you bullish on treble swap on base? Yeah, we've looked at that one before. I think it's still holding up all right. I haven't checked the price for a while, actually, but I kind of feel like it was doing okay. Let's have a look. It was like 32 cents something when we last looked at it. Yeah, 32.14. So it's still holding up all right. It's got quite a lot going on to it in terms of, you know, some of the platforms. How do they pivot to become a kind of place where everyone goes to? That's the challenge in it. Like anything, really. How does it pivot so that people use it? That's always a challenge in this kind of market. But yeah, I mean, I like what they're doing anyway. So yeah, another stream 2-bit not getting paid for. Maybe. But it's fine. Crypto Weewo. I mean, it's a quality name, by the way. What would your best piece of advice be to how to you grow to so I can have 2,000 people in his live stream every night as well? I just think people come in and are like, not sure about that guy's face. Get out of there. A quick flash of those. Craig, get out of here, Craig. Oh, dear me. With eyes worse open. It feels like some sort of song lyrics. Ready for a project that has done a 20x since March when launched. Claim a... What? Maybe. You can always rely on Craig. If it's not to do with the Japanese yen, then it'll be something else. Do you know what I mean? Shout out to you, Craig. And again, don't forget, tap the screen, lock the likes in. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that follow button as always. We appreciate you guys. As always, we're here 6 days a week. Tomorrow night, it's night off though. Let's go. Yay, night off. Man, it's always nice to have a night off. I'm not even joking. It's like, oh, yes, let's go, baby. Let's do it. Send it to me, Holmes. Yeah. Collaboration with... The fact you don't even know what it is, Curtis, makes it even funnier. The fact that you don't even know what it is makes it just all the funnier. So yeah, shout out to you. And shout out to everybody tuning in tonight. I appreciate everybody hopping in for the live. And again, obviously coming in on the YouTube live as well. So shout out to you guys. Nothing scales like an unbound version of Bitcoin. I mean, that's true. Look, I mean, there's going to be some winners in this market. There's going to be some losers as well. Look at this. Ratto token taking an absolute beating today. I mean, God, look at this. Wild volatility in the markets. Wild volatility for sure. Pretty crazy if you ask me. Just muted TikTok again dead quick. Marbitz down about 1.2%. A couple more sells coming in. In fact, quite a few other sells. People just exit in their positions like they don't care about anyone. Fine. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the Liam Neeson thing. We'll find you. You are. Anyway, still hold up, still over 100k in liquidity, which is kind of good news. How's Plan B doing? Don't know, actually. I don't know. How is it doing? To 152. Yeah, down. Depends where you got in. When did I can't remember. I did it like here somewhere, wasn't it? Maybe it was here. Can't remember. If you were short, what, Craig? 2-bit Kung Fu fighting, the daddy long legs would get 1 million views on TikTok. Do you reckon? I can't remember what video that was. It's probably been demonetized at that point. Yeah, going to be a red day, do you think? I mean, we've taken a little bit of a dip, 0.1. I feel like I feel like we've had a bit of a sell-off. You can kind of see it in the market. Look, you can see that there's been some sort of exit of position. Let's take a look. Not something we haven't done for a while. I actually put some stuff on TikTok earlier on about Wintermute moving their headquarters, by the way, to the US. I think is pretty bullish. 661 million. Okay, so yeah, they're down 40 million. Let's just take a quick look on here. Let's see what they're doing in terms of token transfers. Let's see how that plays out. And see if there's any kind of big movers. Chris Jackson's joining through the invite from JJN. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you guys, for sure. Love that. Let's go to 1 million. Let's see what there is in terms of $1 million transfers right now coming out of Wintermute. Remember, Wintermute, a liquidity provider for top-tier exchanges. So, yeah, look at this. USDC, Ethereum going into Binance Hot Wallet. Little dumperino in the market. So Ethereum, lots of Wintermute, Binance deposits, Ethereum. So clearly Ethereum having a bit of a sell-off. 2.4 million. Again, Wintermute into Wrapped ETH, 608 ETH. Binance Hot Wallet into... So, yeah, I mean, Binance could be up to a couple of little tricks, though. Interesting on the base chain. Man, moving some stuff around on the base chain. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Kraken Hot Wallet, USDC. Crypto.com, USDC. Coinbase, USDC. Is this a precursor? Is this a precursor? Is it the little... Remember, we don't want to see Friday night pumps. If anything, you want to see kind of Friday night chill outs. But yeah, feels like quite a bit of USDC floating around, interestingly enough. Kraken Hot Wallet, again, more USDC there. So you want to see it going into exchanges. This is kind of obviously where they need it. So maybe people are stabling up. I don't know why. I don't know why people would be in that place. USD dominance is up a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but yeah. Apparently there's a huge transfer. I can't remember where I heard it or why. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Lauren Babs absolutely at work on the live. Shout to you. Shout to Alvin. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, yeah, I tell you what I was going to look at, wasn't I? Oh, I didn't mean to press that. Oh. That's also what we're going to look at. Apparently someone's also invited me now to a... I'm going to definitely accept one of these, like, live host things. No, thank you. Yeah, shout out to Sitecoin. Alvin, up 50% on the day. Look at that. Boom! Just under 400k market cap, so shout out to you, buddy. Good job indeed. 3.5k in volume. Nearly about to break 130 holders, so yeah, shout out to you, buddy. Making it happen right now. Nearly 400k market cap, so yeah. Craig reminds me of the guy I was in college with when his nipple pierced and his Chinese dragon tattoo circling it. Bit weird. Not gonna lie. I don't want to know where you went to college, Curtis. Sounds wild. Everyone had books and a few people had briefcases where I went, but anyway. Crypto Weiroo, share the live. Encourage more viewers to share. Let's get the live. Get people in here. We'll take your questions. I think we should do that. Let's take some questions. You know, rather than just me babble on for a little bit. Let's interact a little bit. Let's make it fun. Let's do something cool. I don't know what that cool thing is, but yeah, let me know. I keep forgetting to put my headphones in for you guys as well. I actually have a little microphone thing. Oh, maybe I should use that. I actually have a little microphone thing that I could put here and be like, hey, TikTok, you can hear me a bit better. So obviously you guys aren't hearing this. Obviously you guys are, but you guys aren't. So yeah, feel free to ask some questions. Anything on your mind? Any kind of discussions. Every time I run it through my normal computer, by the way, every time I run TikTok like through TikTok Studio, like it's even worse. It just literally is like, nope, promoting scams, boom, off you go. Even if I literally talk about Bitcoin. So yeah, anyway, but yeah, all good. I literally just recently changed this, which is kind of nice. I don't know if it makes any difference to the sound quality whatsoever, but yeah. What's your favorite color? 2-bit? Blue. That's actually true as well, by the way. I'm not lying to you. Blue is my favorite color. So yeah, we'll see. We will see. What is your speciality? Like special move? I don't really know, to be honest. Do you mean in like cryptocurrency? Obviously, loads of people are traders. Loads of I don't know really. I actually don't know. I don't know. What would I say? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have one. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I have one, if I'm honest. I think what I am good at is I'm very good at taking lots of data and then trying to like communicate that out. It sounds like a job interview, doesn't it? But yeah, I think that's probably what I'm good at. I've taught myself over the time of having my YouTube channel and this TikTok account. I've taught like myself how to learn to read charts. I guess if anything, like I'm pretty good at researching projects and really getting sort of stuck into nitty gritty. Like I taught myself how to read smart contracts. I taught myself how to code smart contracts. I taught myself how to chart analysis. I taught myself how to like understand the blockchain. Like there isn't a lot on the blockchain I don't know and that I can't really root through and get to. So yeah, but I don't really trade though. I don't really trade. I'm not gonna lie. I have done it. I can do it. I don't really like doing it. But yeah. So I think I'm good at general market sentiment, but yeah. Any party tricks? I can rap Forget About Dre for probably the first 2 minutes of that song. And I know pretty much all the words. I don't know if that's cool or not. That's a decent party trick. When it comes on, then I can just pretend that I'm actually Dr. Dre, which, again, is hilarious. But yeah, he has a blue house with a blue window with a blue colour. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Dream holiday destination. Aruba. With Ken Steinbrück. Not that he ever comes to the channel anymore. But yeah, Daddy Longlegs wrestling. That'd be pretty epic, wouldn't it? Would be pretty epic. But I would say I like trading. I just don't like the uncertainty of it. And I know that you'd argue and go, well, you should be certain about your trades and da-da-da-da. But yeah, it's always a bit of a challenge. Do the rap. It could be on your intro. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Look, as much as I'm like, you know, I am more than happy to sit on this live stream. I'm more than happy to live stream with people next to me. I still haven't quite got over the talking about stuff in public. I still find that a bit weird. I still definitely find that slightly odd. So yeah, we'll see. Have you got any backup USDT or Solana you haven't bought or pumped? Don't fun live on the show for a while, just for fun. Have you got any backup USDT or Solana you haven't bought or pumped.fun? Yeah, that's because I can't, Craig. We can't do it. We're in the UK. You can't do anything on Pump Fun. Pump Fun. It literally doesn't even let us go to it. It comes up and goes, nope. There you go, look. Restricted jurisdiction. Our system identified that you're in the United Kingdom. There you go. So we can't do it, unfortunately. Not a place I want to go, unfortunately. And yeah. Is what it is. To be a really important question. What's your wallet and seed phrase and balance? I said this the other day, by the way. Oh my God. Tim just went ham on 420. What did 420 do, Tim? What did 420 do? Oh my gosh. Tim just went ham on it. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, you can have my seed phrase if you want. It's $18.40. And I told you guys last night, like, you know, I'm bullish on my wallet, and I'm hopeful that, you know, I'll make $400 this bull market. That's what I'm hopeful for. That's what I'm hopeful for. Get him, Tim. Get him, Tim. So yeah, I mean, people could say we're dumping. We're not really. XRP's gone green again. 103.560. Clearly, there's some kind of sell-off. I don't think there's any particular news right now. It looks like there's definitely a little bit going on with exchanges. Maybe they're like, hey, let's kind of bring the market down a little bit. Let's see what kind of happens. He told me to too, but that's fine, Tim. You know, trust what you're doing. Senator Bill Haggerty says the Senate will make history next week by passing crypto stablecoin legislation. There you go. That's a breaking news story right now. Interesting. Doesn't seem like there's anything else going on. There's a Free Duck One movement started, but nothing too wild. Yeah, pretty pleased I wasn't showing that live. Yeah. So nothing really going on, to be honest. It's all a bit quiet, so I don't think there's anything to worry about. This is just a move in the market, I guess. The fact that it's only down 0.18, it's like, who really cares? Who really cares? Any really dodgy memes you want to do live on the show, show people what not to do, you used to enjoy that. I mean, that's true. I like educating people on what not to buy by buying them myself. It's a terrible way of investing, by the way. Hey guys, this is what not to do. This is what not to do. Oh dear me. Yeah, we're not going to do that again. We're not going to do that again. For sure. True heroes never flex. I mean, that's true. That is true. Like Panic. Yeah, Panic was a bad choice. I mean, that was don't get me wrong, that was fun, wasn't it? We've done 2 like crazy things when it was like, you know, invest in like memes live and trade live on the show. It was kind of interesting, but anyway. Ponky, Triple Force says 96k incoming. Dominance push up to 94.85%. And alts bleed to death again. Enjoy. I think you're wrong. That's just my opinion. You think Bitcoin dominance is going to 94%? Come on. No, you don't really think that, do you? That would be insane. That would literally be like back in 2017, it was only about that high. There's no way BTC dominance is ever going that high ever again. Ever again. Not a chance. So 96k, I would be more interested to discuss. I think 96k could be an opportunity. It would actually bring us down to retest the lower range on this this kind of range here, maybe. Oh, 64. 64.85 makes more sense. That does actually make more sense. 64 up. I mean, where have we been? We've been as high as 65. Previous market tops have been around 80, I think. Yeah, so 2021. No, 70% was market cycle top, actually. In 2017 was probably a little bit higher. So, I mean, maybe there'd have to be a reason for it. Now, I know, is it Missouri has kind of like binned it all off and gone, yeah, no, we're not interested. Bitcoin's a load of nonsense. So maybe, I mean, yeah. F says, why does the UK have to be so anti-crypto? I don't know. I mean, we had under the previous, I nearly said regime, then I didn't mean regime. Under the previous Prime Minister, Sunak was kind of trying to do it. I think it takes something to change. And I think the problem in the UK that we have right now is that they don't want to change. We're too traditional, and you can see that in just general life, like as you know, as UK citizens even, we're stuck in our ways. We're a bit old school. Now there was discussions, and weirdly enough, Liz Truss of all people was kind of one of those people that was pro crypto. We just don't have a lot of people that want to do it. At least in the US, you know that's generally the hub where it is. You generally see this kind of sentiment that's a little bit more optimistic around it. We sort of don't have that here in the UK. Think about all the big like figures in the whole crypto market anyway. You know, they're all US based or Singaporean. Like, who's the biggest UK crypto advocate you can think of? I can't even think of anyone. Me, probably. Trust was a disaster. That's true. I think Missouri are trying to play the mind games they want, but I think that's probably not a bad shout. Whether they're interested in getting that, I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll see. They ban many transactions from trying to withdraw. That makes it hell. A lot of banks with no, but yeah, you're absolutely right. That is not good, by the way. And actually trying to get into on and off ramping crypto is very difficult in the UK. The best one I found at the minute, Monzo, is fine off ramping through Coinbase. I don't have any problems there. On ramping, a little bit more difficult, but yeah, we'll see. Defo 2, but yeah. Who else is there? I can't think of anyone. I'm sure there is more people. In fact, I saw something the other day, right? I saw something the other day. Don't hate me, all right? Don't hate me for this. And I know you guys are gonna like give me some stick. And I know you guys are gonna be like, oh yeah, like whatever, like blah, 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 this, that, the other. So I saw a news article the other day, right? I saw a news article and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting as that sort of plays out. And I thought to myself, oh, well, I wonder if, anything kind of goes on there. So it was this, though, right? The top 133 crypto influencers work with the top 133 crypto influencers, the world's largest influencer marketplace. I thought, oh, maybe I fit in this list. Nope, not me in there. And then I was like, oh, this could be interesting. The top 18 crypto influencers to follow on social media. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't even know who he is. Chris Dixon, that's not me. Roger Ver, we talked about him tonight. Good shout. Balaji, no idea who he is. Eric Voorhees, no idea who that guy is. Mark, anyway, I went through his list. And unfortunately, I wasn't there. Which, hurt my feelings a little bit. Not going to lie. Yeah. You want a Bitcoin goes down 96, they were flying for the back. Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's probably true as well, actually. That's probably true. It is what it is. It is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. You aren't even in my top 20. Wow. You know, just absolutely straight in there for Le Jugular, which is fine. Like, you know, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Don't worry about it. It hurts my feelings a little bit, but, you know, look, I'll get by. I'll get by. Oh, dear me. Dear me. Get out of here. You want me to Photoshop you into the list? I mean, that would be nice, actually. Yeah, I think that would be good. That would be good. I don't watch any of the show daily. Yeah, we see that. I mean, that is good news, by the way. That is obviously good news. Like, you know, we're down for it. We're down for it. That's a nice face on the screen. I didn't even know you guys were looking at that. Right, there we go. There we go. It's because I was looking for something. I'm trying to, like, multitask here. It's hard multitasking. Too bad, I think you just missed, looks like 134 and 19th, maybe next year. Maybe. Anyway, this was the other thing I saw. I kind of have found it, actually, right? I found this. And I thought to myself, okay, yeah, let's do it. This is absolutely going to be right. And it was this, look, 60 UK cryptocurrency YouTubers in 2025. I'm like, it's going to be me. Really need a weekly close above the 106k to keep momentum going. Yeah, 106 would be a good price range. I don't think we'll get it. We've got a couple of days to go. So I was like, oh, this could be good news. Like 60 UK cryptocurrency YouTubers in 2025. This has got to be me. And you're like, oh, yeah, Jack. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Cheeky Crypto. Okay, Crypto no. Oh, no, that's not me. Crypto with James. Don't even know who that guy is. Lady of Crypto. I mean, obviously, she's UK-based, bigger channel than I am. I'm like, oh, who's this? It's me. There you go, Holmes. Say, Holmes, where are you? You're not on feedspot.com top 60 UK cryptocurrency YouTubers to look at in 2025. I am. Anyway, maybe I should put that in my bio. XCM is former giant cup and handle. Yeah, a few people are getting bullish on XCM. I like it. I like it. We talked about this the other day, actually. Yeah, we talked about this. Didn't we? And then the big break to the upside. Those people paid to get on that list, mate. Yeah. Thanks, Puck. Thanks, Puck. Okay. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Thanks, Craig. Where are you? Not top 60. Thanks, Justin. Oh, dear me. That's fine. I won't sell my soul to get on these lists. It's fine. It's fine. It's like when you see, like, oh, Binance Square's token. Yeah, it's all paid for. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. But yeah, I can officially say, according to feedspot.com, I'm one of the top 60 UK cryptocurrency YouTubers that people should be watching this year. I have no idea why. Who the hell would watch this rubbish? I'm only kidding, by the way. It's the greatest YouTube channel and TikTok live you could ever be a part of. I tell you what, we've been on a journey, haven't we, for the last 3.5 years. It's been wild. The ups, the downs, the Daquan and CZ Binance on a boat, the flippy floppies. Some wild things to talk about. And many, hopefully, many more to come as well. So we're down for it. I'm bullish on it. And as usual, we'll be keeping very close to what's going on in the market. Just as we're seeing a move now. Don't forget, we've got 3 hours until we close out the candle on the daily as well. So, you know, we could still be in the world. Again, this tightening. If you went kind of a bit more macro, you could say, well, this is forming a very interesting bull flag pattern. Here, look, there's the pull. And then you've got the flag bit. You know, are we set for a breakout? Maybe. Could the weekend be the catalyst? Perhaps. I think we've probably got a little bit further to go, if I'm totally dead honest, as this kind of starts to play out. I think there's probably a little bit more until we maybe see the full kind of, you know, the full sort of breakout, really. I mean, where would you put it? There and probably there, isn't it, really? So, you know, we're definitely probably in a bit more of a range to break out, but we'll see. We'll see. Shout out to all the fam on TikTok. Thank you so much for the likes, tapping the screen, do all that kind of good stuff. There's a big surprise coming. Oh, tell me, Craig. Oh, I think my TikTok live is going to end in 5 minutes. We've made it through an hour. Let's go. Shout out to TikTok live. We're crushing it. We're still here. We're still making it happen right now. Proud of 60-year-old man hitting on you. Are you? Have a word with yourself. What? You're not 60, Holmes. What the hell are you talking about? You're about 420. Trainers ups and downs that my emotions are. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. If I think of like, if you allow me to indulge and reminisce a little bit, if I think about 2017 when I first got into crypto and I started doing, content on YouTube, and I think to myself, wow, where have we come since then, and what have we done, and how much how much stuff's happened, and then equally the ups and downs of what that looks like. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, it's like an episode of EastEnders sometimes. About 23,000 homes, about 23,000, I think. You think about kind of all those ups and downs and those moments, and you think, man, what a journey. What a journey. What's that going to look like for the next 12 months? What does it look like from, 2 years down the line? I'm down for it. We're locked in. $8 Solana. That's when we were buying, baby. I remember that. Like, think of that market. We'll be there again. The market will absolutely tank on us, but, fingers crossed we'll be there. Look at this. BTC rallying again. Nearly back above 103.8. Probably puts us green for the day. ETH looking like it's going to do 1%. What's interesting is you can definitely see a little bit of liquidity being moved out of altcoins. You can see it then flowing back into BTC. This just might be a way of people thinking, right, yeah, do you know what? Maybe altcoins are the next big thing. So, yeah. Be interesting. Traders are in my emotions. They're not left. I actually heard someone talking about crypto and the fact that you would you would go in somewhere and you're like, oh my God, that's expensive. And you would like put something back and then go and ape 600 quid into a meme coin or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's wild that you're like, oh my God, I'm not buying an extra special venison and red onion pizza for 12 quid. And then you're like, oh, arse cracking. Oh yeah, there's $1,000. Like, come on. What the hell? Bizarre. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is officially the end of the live stream. We've been here an hour and a bit talking all things cryptocurrency, keeping it real and keeping you up to date with what's going on. So big shout out to all the fam. Appreciate you guys. Big shout out to Alvin. Big shout out to Lauren. Big shout out to those guys supporting me over on TikTok. And everyone else, by the way, that's tuned in. You are. I appreciate you. Hopefully you've hit the follow button so you can come and hang out with us as we do it 6 days a week. Just keeping you up to date with what's going on in the market. And again, as always, shout out to everybody that's live with me on YouTube as well. So we appreciate the journey. We're here for it. And by the way, FYI, there's more to come. It's going to be pretty exciting. So definitely make sure you're dialed in. Definitely make sure you're tuned in. And definitely don't forget, if you are bullish on everything to do with cryptocurrency and more importantly, the one and only Sitecoin, join Alvin tomorrow. It's 9 p.m. So the usual time we would have the stream. Alvin is live tomorrow in his X space. So shout out to him. So give him some love. Tune in and hear what's going on with this project. Once again, absolutely shout out to you guys. We appreciate you so much. I will catch you guys Sunday night. Don't forget, if you haven't already got your ticket, I would highly recommend getting that as well. So head over to Marbitz for a look. Right, until tomorrow. No, Sunday. You have a good night. Good day. I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.